Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good morning, my lovely students. I am Dr. A.T.M. Mustafizur Rahman, Assistant Professor, Department of Surgery, Boshundhara Addin Medical College, Hashpatal, Dhaka. Welcome to all. Today, my important topics includes in thoracic surgery is cervical rib. We know there are 12 pairs of thoracic ribs which is attached with thoracic vertebra in each side from thoracic 1 to thoracic 12 regions. When extra ribs is present in addition to cervical 7 vertebral regions, we call it is cervical ribs. In case of definition of cervical ribs, it is an extra ribs usually arise from 7 cervical vertebra, which may be unilateral or bilateral, which may be complete or incomplete. It affects about 0.5% to 1% individuals. This is the definitions of cervical rib. Now we discuss the types of cervical ribs. In definitions, we include some points. Cervical ribs may be complete, may be incomplete. Sometimes it may be fibrous, band-like structures. Incomplete ribs, it arises from vertebral bodies and fuse with the thoracic regions attached with the sternum. In case of incomplete ribs, it may be free rib. One is attached to the vertebral body, another ends is free. Sometimes incomplete ribs is present with one end is attached with vertebral body, another end is connected with fibrous band. Sometimes another ribs is present, it is like as a fibrous band. It is radiolucent, it not visualized in X-rays. It is a dangerous clinical conditions in case of suffering patients. What is the pathophysiology of cervical ribs? The pathophysiology includes compression or angulation of the subclavian artery and or in addition to the first thoracic nerves. Due to the extra rib and produces some sensory, motor and vasomotor disturbance. This is the pathophysiology. It means compression or angulation of the subclavian artery and or in addition to the first thoracic nerves and produces some clinical manifestations like sensory disturbance, motor disturbance and sometimes vasomotor disturbance at the region of the upper limbs. What is the clinical manifestations? What is the clinical presentations of cervical ribs? It commonly occurs in women above the age of 30 years. It is more common in thin women with tall or long cervical or neck regions. The symptoms includes sensory, pain or tingling or numbness along the ulnar side of the hand and forearm, which worsen after carrying a heavy weight like shopping baskets. In case of motor disturbance, weakness of the hands with clumsiness in the finger actions, wasting of the small muscles of the hand like intrinsic or extrinsic muscles of the hand. It also involves the vasomotor systems, which produces some clinical manifestations like coldness of fingers, periodic changes in skin color like cyanosis, excessive sweating of the hands, trophic changes with ulcerations, and rarely gangrene of the finger tips. What is the sign of cervical ribs patients? In the neck regions, a lump in the lower part of the posterior triangle of the neck. Sometimes we palpate a nodular swelling in the lower part of the posterior triangle of the neck. In addition to swelling, lowering of the shoulder girdle on the affected side. We see the patients in sitting position and expose his or her clothes, and we see the dropping or falling down of the affected shoulder in comparison to other shoulders. In the limbs, what we see, what we feel or what we look, wasting of the small muscles of the hands, increased sweating and cyanosis, fingertip necrosis or gangrene sometimes we see. Some signs we will examine the patients, the Addison test. It is positive in case of cervical rib patients. And right test, it is also present in case of cervical rib. How we will confirm our diagnosis? I will confirm our diagnosis by some radiological examinations or some sophisticated investigations like CT scan of the cervical vertebral regions or MRI. In case of X-ray of the neck or X-ray of the cervical vertebra, we see cervical ribs either one side or both sides and abnormally long C7 transverse process. In case of chest X-ray, we saw or we see the nodular swelling in apical region of the lung field. X-ray of the shoulder, we see any local lesions present or not. In case of fibrous band like ribs, we not see the radio opaque shadow in cervical vertebral regions. So, we need some sophisticated investigations like MRI. Now, we tell what is the differential diagnosis of cervical vertebra or cervical ribs. In case of cervical ribs, we think our mind some differential diagnosis like cervical spondylitis, carpal tunnel syndrome, ulnar nerve lesions, spinal cord lesions, Pancoast tumor, sometimes Raynaud's disease. This is the differential diagnosis in case of cervical ribs patients. Now, I tell the management of cervical rib patient. The cervical rib patients is managed by two ways. One is conservative management, another is surgical management. Conservative management includes the physiotherapy, which means exercise to strengthening the muscles of the shoulder girdle. Sometimes it relieves the pains of the upper limbs on the affected side. Conservative treatment includes another types is local heat therapy. It includes ultrasound therapy or short wave therapy. Sometimes we prescribe the analgesics which gives in a long time like beclomethasone or baclofen, aceclofenac or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, anything else. And we advise not to carry heavy weight on the affected side. Operative management includes two things. What is the indications of operations? What patients we need operative management? It includes when conservative measurements fail, when severe pain on the affected side of the upper limbs, when muscle wastings of the hands and forearms, when some vasomotor disturbance. We treat the patients in surgery departments. Which types of surgery we will perform in case of cervical ribs? The surgery is extraperiosteal excision of the cervical rib together with any bony prominence we remove from the affected side. No periosteum should be left behind as there is chance of recurrence. So, we remove bones include with its periosteum. No periosteum left behind due to chance of recurrence. What is the complications of cervical ribs? We already thinks our mind some complications. The complications include some vasomotor complications or vascular complications. When rib is complete, it produces the compression of the subclavian artery and produces thrombosis or emboli. Sometimes it causes the post-stenotic dilatations of the blood vessels and produces cyanosis, ulceration and gangrene of the finger of the limbs, upper limbs. It causes some neurological problem due to pressure over the lower trunk of the brachial plexus. The involvement of the hand or forearm muscles causes weakness of the hand and difficulty in finger movements. This is the neurological complications of the cervical ribs vertebra. Wasting of the intrinsic muscles of the hand is another neurological complications. It causes some sensory complications in the forearm and hands, produces pain, numbness and loss of sensations. This is the complications of cervical rib patients. So, we treat our patients in proper ways for better outcome of the patient. So, I conclude today's topics of cervical ribs. It is a dangerous and devastating complication, produces complications. So, we treat our patients as early as possible for better outcome. Now, I thanks my students to join my class, and I also thanks our academic directors to take some things in front of my students. Thank you for my student for care of my patients. Thank you all.